when it was constantly just trying to push for the limit, you would hurt yourself and you'd have to back off.
Yep.
And so that limit was never really increasing because you were pushing when it wasn't the right time. You'd get hurt, you'd have to back off. Whereas with the Stay Active method, where you're really listening to your body, you're doing what you're listening to the clues that your body is giving you, which is allowing you to not take those as many steps back because you're getting injured, which allows you to continue to move forward.
Hello and welcome to Season 2 of Unlock Potential. I'm Brian Delaney. Our focus this season is fitness. I'll be joined by Dr. Corey Duvall, who's going to guide us through his protocol for getting into your best shape so we can live our best lives and serve others well.
I'm here with Mr. Roddy Jessup.
No, nobody calls me Roderick. Nobody calls me Roderick.
Mr. Roddy Jessup. Known Roddy now for about 8 years. 9 years through our association. He's an agency owner with Symmetry Financial Group, as am I, and we've gotten to know each other through there. And then also you started coming to CrossFit AVL, working with Corey and the Stay Active method. How long ago now?
4 years in October.
4 years in October.
Yep.
Awesome. So he's been in this, definitely one of the people who inspires me in the gym. I look at the lifts he's doing, the consistency he has, the commitment he has, and that definitely challenges and pushes me. So if you don't have somebody like that, definitely that's super key. As far as commitment. I want to beat his ass. Like I want to do that, and he wants to.
And I want to make sure you don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're both in this pursuit, but it's that competitive collaboration that helps to do work that inspires others. And so we're
supportive competitiveness.
Sometimes it's supportive.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not. So, Roddy, talk about the impact for you of the last 4 years of doing the Stay Active method, just kind of where you were before and what it's been like as you've been in this, and then we'll get into our limber tests and do a little bit of a workout today.
Yeah, I mean, I was, we were in the thick of all the COVID madness in October, and my body I was not happy with where I was at physically, and I just happened to be walking by here, and the doors were open, and I was like, "Oh, look at that, a gym that's open during what's going on." And so I jumped in, and this is the longest that I've ever stayed with any gym membership, any physical, other than like soccer, recreational stuff. Right, this is the longest that I've ever stuck with and maintained any kind of an exercise regiment, routine, whatever. Because it's effective, because it's designed not for like, I had tried CrossFit in the past, and I would always end up getting injured.
Same.
Right, because it was based on ego. Like I'm not feeling great, but I need to do this big lift because I got to keep up with whoever. Right, where this is really more focused on like working from where you're at. From a physical capacity standpoint, so that you can continue to increase the capacity and still be able to function outside of the gym, and so that functionality has been a really important part of it, I think, which is what's kept me here. Like results are nice too. Like we track our body weight and body fat percentage and skeletal muscle mass, and I've dropped I think it's like 25 pounds of fat and added 10 pounds of muscle over
That's freaking great.
Over the course here, gone from like 25% body fat to 15-ish, 14, wow. 15. So all while like improving balance and, functional movement, not just like my bicep, right? But like the functionality of the whole body.
Like hula hooping and things like that, just the basics.
All the things, handstands, hula hoop, juggling, we do it all here.
All the clown tricks.
That's right.
We're gonna get into demonstrating it, but exactly what you said, as far as, you and I both have that experience of having encountered CrossFit before, understanding the differentiators between that and the Stay Active method. Those are some big shoulders we get to stand on, without a doubt. It's definitely powerful, but I had a very similar experience. When I was working out competitively, I was finding myself injured, and the only answer was go as hard as you can to be the best
Right.
in the room.
Yeah.
That even though that wasn't something that my body was asking for every day, that was the answer. That was always the Jesus Sunday school answer. It's like,
Yeah.
what's the right answer? More work harder.
Yeah.
More work harder.
Yeah.
And it ended up in a very similar spot. So let's get into the limber test. Let's get into the workout. When you're doing this steady work, what were some of the early challenges that somebody who's just starting to work out with us might encounter? And like, how has your perspective adjusted?
I would say it has to do with, I would try to push myself for heavier weights than was required for the purpose of that workout, which is quickly and easily to be able to do it. And because again, that ego would kick in and I'd want to do heavy.
Yeah. Yep.
And I wouldn't be able to do quickly and easily or get as many reps in.
Yeah.
So it was still that focus of like operating off of ego instead of with the intention of that workout.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Mixing strength and mixing the goals of strength into steady work rather than just focusing on the quick and easy of steady work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like we were talking about, not when we used to go to the gym, we would like always push it, right? But a lot of times what can be inferred then is we've taken a step back on intensity.
Right.
When I haven't found that to be true. I feel like right now I'm hitting personal bests in the gym every month, basically, in one form or another. Can you talk about just like the personal best and like where you found that more directed, more intentional intensity, how that's affected your ability to lift more?
So if I'm understanding where it's like when it was constantly just trying to push for the limit, you would hurt yourself and you'd have to back off.
Yep.
And so that limit was never really increasing because you were pushing when it wasn't the right time. You'd get hurt, you'd have to back off. Whereas with the Stay Active method, where you're really listening to your body, you're doing what you're listening to the clues that your body is giving you, which is allowing you to not take those as many steps back because you're getting injured, which allows you to continue to move forward because you're listening to the clues, and that creates a higher limit than if you're constantly just having to take so many steps back.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what
exactly. I mean? For you, when it comes to your personal best, like what have you seen with your personal best and over this past 4 years?
All of them. I would say like deadlift, you know, before was somewhere in the 220 range, 335, I think is what my last was. Like just straight shoulder to overhead. I can do on my knees what I used to only be able to do with like a full press from standing.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's about every month that I'm hitting a personal best on some specific movement.
Nice work today, man. Way to get after it. So you had a steady work,
Steady work,
strong work.
push it, and then after that felt a little tired, so we went back to steady work for
Back
the
to steady work.
get the full 30 plus minutes in for the workout.
Awesome. 30 minutes of work, not just 30 minutes of being here, right?
Yeah,
And so how long does it usually take you to get 30 minutes of work done, roughly?
45 minutes.
Okay.
To an hour, depends on.
Yeah.
I'm usually in it for an hour.
Yeah, in here for an hour. It's usually takes me about an hour 15,
Yeah.
depending on what I'm doing. How did you feel when you came into the gym? How do you feel now?
I was a little stiff and sore when I first got here.
Yeah.
Loosened up a little bit with some hula hooping or whatever.
Yeah.
Now I feel good.
Now it feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah. More energy now?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that affect your workday coming out of here? Because a lot of people think I'm going to go to the gym, I'll get tired, I'll be fatigued.
If I don't go to the gym, I need a nap in the middle of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
If I go to the gym, I'm good. Like I'm good for the day.
Awesome.
And then like ready for sleep at the end of the night versus screwing up that cycle because I didn't put in the work early in the day when I had the energy for it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Roddy's got an awesome insurance agency. I've gotten to work side by side with him for a long time. What do you want to tell the people about you and your wife's business, your insurance business? I know you guys are always hiring, looking for great people. What do you want to tell them about what you do?
I hadn't planned on that, but I mean, so it's a great industry to be in, and this is the best company in the industry to be in. I'm proudly unemployable. I won't work for someone else, and so this company has given me the ability to really build a business within a duplicatable system. That allows anyone who's willing to put in the work to sort of get that goal that most people are looking for, which is time and money. That and
Yeah, that
and in the middle is tricky.
Exactly.
It affords a lot of freedoms to be able to work out in a nice place and not feel like I'm rushed to get my 30 minutes in because I've got to go clock in at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I come and I work out till I'm done and I feel good, and then I go put in the work,
Awesome. How do people find you and find your business?
The Jessup Agency. You can find me on all the socials. I'm not as active on them as I should be, but all my contact info is on there. So the Jessup Agency, yeah.
Yeah, if you're somebody who's out there, you're sharp, you're a good person, you're looking to help people and make great money, then reach out to Roddy on the Jessup Agency. He's a great leader. He's the type of leader who he's got people who talk behind his back in all the right ways. You got team members who behind your back are being like, yeah, he's great. Really appreciate his consistency, his stability, and his willingness to keep pushing himself forward. So that's evident in the gym and outside of it. I know your family appreciates all your efforts, so you can show up in a big way.
I appreciate you and the example that you've set. Blazed the path for a lot of us to follow. So.
Oh yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for being on here.
Absolutely, you got it.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Unlock Potential. Follow us across all socials at Unlock Potential 360 and visit our website at unlockpotential360.com to shop our gear and see what's coming up next.
The information and views expressed by our host or guests on the Unlock Potential podcast are their own, and not a substitute for professional medical or fitness advice. Always consult with qualified healthcare or fitness professionals before starting any new exercise program or making changes to your current routine.